I ask you, Mr. President, to tear down this wall of divisiveness and division that seeks to pit your fellow citizens against one another. I am MAGA because I want to be able to look into the eyes of my 4 Black children to assure them that they're not victims, that they hold inside them what it takes to achieve anything they set their hearts on.
Very touching story. Our next guest came to this country from Ghana at 19 years old, has been working towards a return to civility for this country and really for the talking points of immigration. Joining me now to talk is TikTok star Ohene-Opare. Good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for coming on this morning. I kind of want to give you the floor and just talk to the viewers about your journey. If I'm correct, you were finally made a U.S. citizen, but you waited 18 years. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely correct. So my journey started in 2003 when I first arrived at Los Angeles International Airport. And since then, I've always wanted to be an American citizen. And the process of getting there took about 18 years to complete. So this is something that I've been working towards. And finally, last year, I was able to achieve that goal. And in all those 18 years, I maintained hope. I woke up every day. I made sure to obey the laws of the land. I made sure to obey every rule and regulation that I was subject to, and prepared myself and my family for the day that I could embrace American citizenship and be awarded and afforded all the rights and privileges that come with that designation.
I'm going to get to one of the videos that you put out in just a moment, but I have a very basic question. Why did you choose to come to the United States?
Many people have asked me that question, and the answer that I've given them is that, I grew up in a place where I felt that my dreams were bigger than the opportunities that were before me. And I wanted to go to a place where I could dream freely, a place where I wasn't limited to the socioeconomic, infrastructure of the country. And so I wanted to come here, ever since I was a little child, because I believed this was the place where my wildest dreams could come true, a place where, anything I set my heart to was possible. And the way I put it is, I could wake up in the morning, come up with an idea, and go to Home Depot, and by the end of the day, have a prototype. This is the place where I can do that. And the support system, the infrastructure, and the people of America have made it possible for people like me to be able to come here and make something of ourselves and our families.
Very refreshing to hear that. But as well as many watching, the rhetoric has been harsh in terms of how illegal migration is being handled here in the States. And really, if you look at it, it's been quite some time since the United States has really a good hold on how to deal with this process. But I know that you put this video out. I wanted to highlight your response to the rhetoric specifically towards conservatives on this issue. Here's that moment.
I have lived in a deep red state for most of my time here in the U.S., and this sentiment cannot be farther from the truth. The bottom line is this: it wouldn't matter who we really are as Republicans if people's perception of us is this disconnected from reality.
And you go on to say there needs to be an initiative to bring both sides of the aisle closer together to eliminate hate towards either party, and how you deal with, specifically now you've seen migrants bust, right, or flown to different parts of the country, and then there's blame for the governors because they're Republicans and saying they're using humans as political pawns, which some say, well, really they're facing what border towns are now finally facing that aren't able to handle this surge. Talk to me about that, about the divide and your want or your desire to bring Americans back together.
My perspective is that we have spent so much time, highlighting our differences rather than, attempting to identify what unites us. The name of the country is the United States. And I think one of the quintessential American qualities is the idea of tackling monumental problems. And unfortunately, our discourse has become such that it's impossible for people who are standing across from each other to actually talk to each other. And we have created these caricatures of each other's positions such that it's impossible to see eye to eye on almost anything. And my hope is that we can begin to return civility back to the public square. Hope is that politicians and leaders and influential people can see how damaging this vitriol and rhetoric is to our body politic. And so my hope and the response I've received from a lot of my videos is that people are yearning for that return to civility. People are yearning for real solutions to problems that would only come if our minds are freed from these unnecessary fights in the public square, if our minds and our hearts are clear from any prejudice and any of these encumbrances that hold us back from actually finding the solutions that are necessary to move some of these problems forward. When I think about these immigrants coming across, what I see is that there is still a belief in the importance and the greatness of this country, and I hope we can keep highlighting that.
All right, we will continue to do that. You highlighted on TikTok, so you can visit that account of Ohene-Opare, joining us live here with his story of his legal process to come to the United States of America. Alma, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.